Hello everyone. I wanted to make you guys a video as promised to talk about the discussions and how they're going to work for the fall and spring semester classes. So what I wanted to show you, if you looked earlier, there may have been more discussions filled in. I have taken out several of them because listening to students in the past, I have heard that sometimes you guys feel like discussions are busy work, and I don't want it to feel that way. So what I've done is pared it down to the things that I think are really there that really help you guys understand the material or help you understand where you're going to use the material. Um, so note there are just a few discussions. It works out to one every week or one every other week or so on. And excuse me. um, you'll notice on some weeks where you might have multiple due dates. So here you can see 5.3 is due in this class at on 9/13, but then 5.4 and 5.5 were due on 9/20. So I always try to list the discussion goes with which due date or which section. So you can see here the lowest positive ratio discussion will go with 5.4. So you know it's due on 9/20. So hope that helps. Okay. So, and the idea here is please take them seriously. Really think about what I'm trying to get you to do, because these are typically discussions I have in class with the students. So when we finish the section, I'll ask you guys these questions and we talk about it in class. Um, so please note, it's really not busy work. It's not because I have to make you do these things. It's because these are things that I typically talk about in class, and I want you to have that same experience, even though you're not in class with me. You're at home doing it virtually. Next thing I'll point out is there are several questions where it's pose a question, so make sure you read those, because what you're going to do is create your own question and then have people respond, put answers, and then you will post an answer key at the end for your particular question um, so people can check their work. So just watch for those. And then I will make sure you note this create a dice/card game is very, very time consuming. It's a very big, it's actually a project, not a discussion. It is worth, I believe, if I remember correctly, 100 points. So it's like a test. So make sure you start this one early. Make sure you get going on it and use the discussions to get help. So if you have a question about something, post it out there and help each other. Okay. So creating the dice and card game, big one. Now, just to make sure you guys understand what my expectations are of you on any discussion, I want by Wednesday night on any given week, you should have watched the videos, hopefully at that point, so you're able to make a comment on the discussion. Typically, discussions do not require you to be a master of the content. It just requires you to understand and have a basic idea. So when you go into this, you're going to post something by Wednesday night. So I'll go here to the previous knowledge, just the introduction. So the idea here is you should post by Wednesday night. What was your name? What do you hope to get out of this class? And so on and so forth. Then by Sunday night, when it is due, you need to have responded to one other person. So you need to have at least one other person. So you needed to have read their comments and then respond to it. And I'm not looking for a "yeah, I agree" type comment. You need to respond with something meaningful if possible. Now, I understand on this first one where you're just saying what your name is and what you hope to get out of the class. I know that could be a little harder to respond to, but for something else where someone's talking about how they think matrices will relate to their business or their field of study, you might find somebody who has either a similar field of study or somebody who's completely different, and you could comment on it and have a good conversation. So please make sure you do that, and I grade based off of effort. So if it looks to me like you've put in effort, you will get in full credit. If it looks to me like you were just a two-word response or a two-word post, you're not going to get very much credit, if any at all. Okay, and so again, and note, you'll notice that I'm not asking you to do a lot of them, so please take them seriously. Okay, if you have any other questions about discussions, let me know.